Mobile phones have become an integral part of society and has changed the way of communication and lifestyle. As the increase in ownership of mobile phones is evident all over the world, similarly the percentage of drivers using their mobile phones while driving has also increased very rapidly. The National Safety Council estimates 21% of all crashes in 2010 involved talking on cell phones, accounting for the 1.1 million crashes that year. To reduce this toll, prevention must focus on the top factors associated with crashes. There are several ways the distraction of mobile phones can affect the driver. This can be through visual distraction, physical interaction, and auditory distraction, where the driver pays attention to the sound of the road rather than the sounds of the road environment. All these mobile phone interactions can lead to negative consequences and life-threatening circumstances. To prevent this major issue on our roads, this campaign is going to be aimed to highlight the serious consequences of using your mobile phone while driving, which could cost you and those you care about everything.
The social ecological model postulates that a social marketing campaign must meet an individual at several different levels. These levels are the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, macrosystem, and the chronosystem. Each of these levels refer to changes within both the person and the environment they surround themselves in over time. Firstly, the microsystem encompasses the close and direct relationships one has, such as family, friends, the local neighbourhood. At this level, peer pressure has a considerable effect on an individual's behaviour. Moving outwards, the mesosystem then refers to the connection that two others within the subject's microsystem may have. For instance, this could be the connection between one's parents and the church. Next comes the exosystem, which involves the larger social system in which the subject does not directly function. For example, if your parents have large work commitments or are stressed at work, you may feel the effects of that at home, even though these things don't directly interact with you. The macrosystem is composed of cultural values, customs, and laws. It is the large umbrella of beliefs and systems which dictate the way we live, and it is quite obvious how this can affect an individual's behaviour. The car cultures and social media culture of today can greatly influence how people behave when they are driving. Lastly, there is the chronosystem. The death of a relative or the changes that occur as years grow can have significant influences on one's behaviour.
From 2014 to 2015, a number of 35,300 drivers were fined in New South Wales due to mobile phone usage. The number of younger drivers using their mobile phones has since decreased due to the implementation of harsher penalties from New South Wales Police in order to get drivers to stop putting themselves in danger. It's evident that people's behaviour towards not using their mobile phone whilst driving isn't centred around the idea of being safe, but rather not being fined, which isn't as effective on older drivers. This attitude is what the campaign hopes to change. Therefore, the target market will be male and female drivers of all motor vehicles engaged in a distracting activity aged from 17 to 39 years old, as research shows that men and women in this age bracket have the highest rate of mobile phone usage and are involved in a higher number of accidents.
In order to come up with an appropriate approach, we have examined several previous campaigns focusing on preventing using mobile phones while driving in Australia and the UK. Firstly, we looked at a campaign called "It's Not a Good Look" from the Motor Accident Commission of South Australia in 2016. The strength of this campaign is it can solve one of the causes of the problem, as research shows that the majority of people believe that using phones while driving is a behavior that should be avoided, but they are unlikely to change unless they are caught. However, the campaign does not give strong evidence to prove that the behavior is likely to be detected. Moreover, the law is issued to have people prevent damage, not to fine them, so this approach does not solve the root cause. Secondly, we analysed the campaign called Get Your Hand Off It from New South Wales Central for Road Safety in 2016.
At 60 kilometres per hour, if you look at your phone while driving, for just 2 seconds, you travel 33 metres blind. And that could cost you, or those you care about, everything. It's not worth it. Get your hand off it.
This campaign is effective as it increases people's awareness of the high chance of crash for using phone while driving, while most of the drivers underestimate the likelihood of the consequence. On the other hand, the campaign could be improved if it delivered other consequences following the crash if it happens, such as the effects on the family of the victims of the crash. In this way, people might understand that such a small behavior can lead to significant consequences, so it should be totally avoided. Finally, we looked at a campaign called Think from the UK government in 2012.
Hi, you.
Hi, how'd it go?
Yeah, it went well. I'm on my way back now, so I'll tell you about it when I get home.
Okay, well the kids are in bed and dinner's on. James? James? Can you hear me?
You don't have to be in a car to cause a crash. Think. The moment you know they're driving, kill the conversation.
This campaign successfully reframes the problem. It targets another segment, that is the people communicating with the drivers. Because communication is made up by two parties, so everyone should contribute to prevent the problem. However, the approach does not show how likely the situation is to happen. The audience might understand the behavior is bad, but they might still think it's not happening to me, or it's just a few seconds, nothing can happen. Therefore, they might still underestimate the action and are unlikely to change. Hopefully, after analysing these previous campaigns, as well as other background information and theories, we can come up with an approach that can maintain the strengths of these previous attempts and also improve their limits. Thank you for your kind attention.